Hey everyone, it's Rachel with Soap Apothecary, and thanks for tuning into my channel. If you haven't already, hit the subscribe button for lots more soap content. I plan on making some cool soap design videos, going over some new techniques and things of that nature that I've never tried. So be sure to subscribe if that's something that you're interested in. I figured the very first video, it would be important to go over Lye Safety, so that's what I'll be doing today. Let's go ahead and get started. So the very first step in Lye Safety is securing your soaping area and making sure that no kids or pets or really anyone that's not wearing protective gear is in your space. This is very important because lye is very caustic and it is very dangerous if it makes contact with the skin or is accidentally ingested. So securing your space is incredibly important for everyone's safety. The next step is to make sure that you're wearing protective gear. So safety goggles are one of the most important things that you can wear during soap making, and you want to make sure you're wearing the appropriate kind that have this little lip here. This is to make sure that if any soap gets onto your forehead, it doesn't drip into your eyes. You only get one set of eyes, so make sure you keep them nice and safe. The next thing I'm going to recommend is having a face mask or a protective mask handy. When you mix lye and water, depending on how you mix it, it puts off a ton of fumes that are very painful to breathe in. It'll make you cough, and it's just not fun at all or good for your lungs, so definitely have one of these handy. Next, you're going to need a pair of protective gloves, whether that's nitrile gloves, latex, or rubber gloves. Just make sure your hands are nice and protected. I am a relatively experienced soaper. I've been soaping for about 2.5 years, and I got a lye burn the other day, as you can see here. Not a fun experience. I thought that, I was good. I've been doing this for a while, so I cut a couple corners, and this is what happened. So make sure you are always protecting your hands by wearing protective gloves. And of course, you're going to need arm protection. So I love these guys. I bought these on Amazon. They're arm sleeves. Due to living in Southern California, I don't have a lot of long sleeve shirts, so these really come in handy. And as you can see, I'm wearing a short sleeve shirt here, but my entire arm is protected. I usually put both of these on and I wear my gloves over these, so my hands and arms stay nice and covered. Lastly, you want to make sure you're wearing pants and closed-toe shoes. Lye solution and also raw soap can easily spill, and it can easily splash onto your legs or your feet. So making sure that those areas are nice and covered will just keep you that much more protected. Totally optional, but some soapers prefer to wear a face shield that covers all the way from their forehead to the bottom of their chin. It just keeps your face that much more safe, and they're very affordable. You can find them on Amazon. But just know it's not completely necessary, and as long as the majority of your skin is protected, you should be good to go. You want to soap in a well-ventilated area. It doesn't have to be a large room with tons of open windows, so long as it's a part of your dwelling that has adequate airflow. If you're in a closed-off room with no airflow at all, the lye fumes are going to get to you, and it's not going to be good for you. So definitely make sure that you soap in a very well ventilated area. Next, we're going to talk about mixing lye solution. This one's going to be debatable between soap makers, but instead of using glass containers, use heat-resistant plastic. Here's a small collection of some heat-resistant plastic containers that I have readily available. And the reason why some soap makers believe you should use heat-resistant plastic over glass is that glass etches over time. And so once glass etches, it could shatter very easily, creating a very dangerous situation when you're dealing with lye and lye solution. So this is again debatable, but a lot of soap makers will say to use heat-resistant plastic over glass. You want to make sure that you never ever pour your liquids into your lye. Instead, pour your lye into your liquids, and this will ensure that the chemical reaction takes place at a much slower pace. If you pour your liquids into your lye, it could cause the lye to expand and erupt out of the container, which, as we know, could cause lye burns. So just take that extra precaution and make sure that you pour your lye into your liquids. So we definitely need to talk about proper storage of the lye solution. Oftentimes when you mix lye and water, if you don't use ice cubes or distilled water ice cubes, the lye solution is going to be very hot and it's going to need some time to cool down. So when you store it on your countertop or wherever you store it, you need to make sure that people are aware of what it is. It looks just like water, and a lot of times people might think that it is water. So I like to tape a little note on my lye solution when I let it sit on the counter. I have a 13-year-old son, and my mother currently lives with us. I have a husband as well. And if people don't know that it's not water, they might not handle it with care, which could be very dangerous. So definitely, if you live with other people, take the extra precaution by labeling it properly just to keep everyone safe. And I think it goes without saying, but it's worth mentioning that lye solution should definitely be kept out of reach of children. Even if you have a secure lid on your lye solution, it's just best if it can't make its way into little hands. So definitely keep it on a part of the countertop that's far out of reach, or put it up in a cabinet where it cannot be accessed by young kids. So accidents can always happen, and there are a couple things that you can do to prepare yourself for these sorts of situations. Have lots of paper towels or rags handy that you don't care about getting possibly destroyed. This will allow you to wipe up messes very quickly should they happen. Keep in mind, it's not just lye solution, it's also raw soap as well. It could spill or splatter on surfaces, and you'll definitely need lots of paper towels or cleaning rags to use to clean these messes up. I like to have a spray bottle of vinegar handy to clean up my workstation after I'm done making soap. Vinegar is known to neutralize lye, so it's definitely handy to have and to keep around in your workspace should you have any spills or you have any granules of lye that got on your countertop. I hope this never happens to you and you never have to worry about it, but if lye gets on your skin, make sure you wash it off with cold water for about 30 seconds as quickly as possible. This will get the chemical off your skin so that there's not as much of a reaction. If it's left on the skin for a long time, it will burn your skin. So definitely get to a sink and wash it off as quickly as you can. Heaven forbid any lye gets into your eyes. You'll need to take out any contacts that you're wearing, wash your eyes with cold water for at least 15 minutes, and seek medical care immediately. Lye in its natural form can cause blindness, so you don't want to mess around when it comes to this. Lastly, if lye is ingested, it can be fatal, so immediately call 911 followed by poison control. I've listed the poison control hotline number here. It's 800-222-1222. Very important that you immediately call 911 and then poison control to make sure that help is on the way. I know it all sounds so scary, but as long as you follow all of these precautions that I've listed here for you today, you'll be just fine. Lye is a little scary to work with at first, but once you get the hang of it, it's like a walk in the park. So happy soaping to you guys. Enjoy the process. I am so excited to share some soap making videos with you in the future. Until next time, have a great day.